Hey you guys, it's Nicole Kluba with Kluba Ceramics here. So I am about to unload our electric kiln from a Cone 6 glaze firing. So I figured I would go ahead and hop on here, record a video, and show you guys what all comes out of that. I apologize that this is not the best angle. As you can see, it's kind of low, but I did not really have a good place to put it because my kiln is literally right here in front of me. So I'm definitely gonna have to figure out a good place to start putting my phone for kiln unloadings because I could not figure one out. But anyways, let's get on to it and see what all comes out of the kiln today. So first off, I just have one of my Sgraffito Raven mugs. These are my best seller in my shop, and I actually just sold my last one on Etsy the other day. So I think I have about 4 or 5 in here, so I'm hoping to get some more put up on there. So this one, it looks like it ran a little bit, but this is just a tiny little mini vase or pitcher. And this is actually one of my husband's pieces. See, it ran just a little bit, but we had it on a little piece of a kiln shelf, thank goodness, so it didn't mess anything up. All right, and then I just have some Sgraffito spoon rest. So this is my 3-hair design. All right, and same thing here, another 3-hair spoon rest. All right. And then I have a moth spoon rest. I'm really glad that I was able to get all of this stuff put in to the firing last night. Because like I said, I have been, sorry, let me get this shelf out. I have been selling quite a bit on Etsy as well as my website and just here in the store here in Seagrove. And so I've started getting kind of low on a lot of my Sgraffito pieces. So I was really excited to be able to finally, I say finally, I just fired it not long ago, but be able to start the kiln again because I have been running a little bit short on my Sgraffito pieces. So I'm very excited to see these come out of the kiln today. All right, and then on this second shelf, I have a Raven spoon rest. Okay, and then I have another 3-hair spoon rest. There we go. I'm trying to make it where it's not a bad glare so you guys can see everything. And then I have another death moth spoon rest. Ooh, got it. Burnt me a little bit on my arm. Whew. I did not mean to do that. I had it in my hand and it touched me right above where the glove sits. Anyways, have a 3-hair plate. Let's see if you can see that. All right. And then I have 2 wild clay tests in here. I'm not sure if I've spoke about it too much on my YouTube, but I've been trying to make a clay body to use full time to fire the Cone 10, just 100% out of wild clay. And so I've been trying to make a clay body out of just 100% wild clay from the property. But a lot of our, or all of our clays here on the property have a lot of silica in it because of all the sand. And so I've got a couple of clays that aren't from the property that are still 100% wild North Carolina clays. And so I'm testing them on their own, and I'm also gonna try to mix them with the clay from our property to try and get that clay body of just 100% wild clay. So I went ahead and put these 2 in here to see how they did at Cone 6. So here's one of them, and this is 100% wild clay. the other one ended up this really pretty red color. So like I said, that is two different clay bodies that are still 100% North Carolina wild clay. So yeah, I have a bunch of tests going into our next Kiln 10 firing mixed with the wild clay to see how those do. So hopefully they will do good, and I will be able to make my 100% wild clay body is the goal. Because it has been a long time that I have been working on trying to make that. So I've been working with a wild clay body for all of my Kiln 10 pieces, but it is 75% wild clay from our property, and then the other 25% is a commercial clay body that actually came from Starworks, who makes clay bodies like 15 minutes from where my shop is. So that's the clay body I have been using. Like I said, it is 75% wild clay, but I've just really got my mindset on making that 100% wild clay body. So hopefully I will be able to do that by the end of the year is my goal. Alright, so I've got these stilts out, and we are moving right along. So this shelf didn't have much, or have a lot of stuff on it, because I have an egg plate in here, and that took up most of it. But I have one bat mug, and this is my, I call it my bat mug number 2, because I have my original bat mugs, and this is a different bat mug, which they have been sold out of my shop for probably a month now, and I just haven't carved anymore. I just haven't had a lot of time, so I finally got a handful of them into this firing, so I'll be able to have some more for you guys, because everybody seems to really like those. All right, and then I have an egg plate. So my egg plates, I usually do this 3 hair design. I think it looks really, really good in the center with the floral pattern all the way around. So there's that. All right. And then this was just a little tester, but whoop, I forgot it's going to be backwards for you guys, but I have been the past week making magnets and keychains, because I really wanted to be able to have some kind of, I'm not sure if touristy is the right word, but some kind of touristy item, because I get a lot of people from out of town that ask me if I have anything that says Seagrove on it. I mean, all my pots have Seagrove signed on the back, but looking for like magnets or keychain or something like that. And so I have been making these little, this will be a magnet. I have to glue the magnet on the back, but I just did one, or I just glazed one in this firing. I think there might be another 1 or 2 in there, because I wanted to see if this glaze would break over where I stamped Seagrove in it, and it seemed to have done really good actually. And I love the purple, and you can tell it was inspired by my Seagrove shirt that is purple. So yeah, that turned out really good, so I'm hoping to have those in my shop here soon, so I'm very excited. Like I said, I have I'll be doing magnets, and I'll have some keychains that look like that as well, so I'm super excited about those. All right, so we're moving on to the bottom shelf. All right, so this is a Refire. So this mug is actually being used at a local brewery in Asheboro. And I'd made some mugs for them last year to auction off at their mug club event. And so this mug has been being used for the past year, and it got broken. There was a little chip at the top. You can still see it right there. And I'm using a different black glaze now, and it looks like it didn't completely get glossy, but it was very sharp right there where it had got chipped, and it was white, obviously. So I went ahead and grinded it down and put a little bit of glaze back on top, which is not perfect, but it is better. So yeah, so I'm glad I was able to fix that up. I wasn't sure how it would do. I've never fired anything or refired anything that has already you know, been used. Usually if I refire, it's immediately after, so I was kind of nervous about how that would do, but it seems to have done just fine, which is good. So I'm very glad to see that. So this bottom shelf is pretty much all mugs. So I have another Raven mug. And then I have another one of my second design bat mugs. I love these because of the church and the cemetery that's on them, and everybody seems to really like that as well. These are super, super cute. I'm very excited to have these back in the rotation. All right. So we have another one. Very, very excited about these. Turned out very well. Okay, and then we have another Raven mug. Like I said, this firing, I'm actually pretty sure that all of the mugs were Ravens or the bat design, just because I was out of stock of both. So I tried to really focus on those this past week when I was carving. So we have another Raven mug. And another one. Starting to run out of room over here. And another Raven mug. So I should be good on these for another little bit. All right. And we have another Raven mug. See what these last two are. Another Raven mug. So I made plenty of Ravens. Like I said, I try to make a bunch of them when I am carving the Ravens, just because they do move so quickly. So this is the last one in the kiln. And I see I do have two more little magnets in here. All right. So this one, it did not get the S very good, but it looks like I didn't stamp it in deep enough. But this one did good. So like I said, these are going to be magnets. So I plan to sell these in my shop. And I'll probably sell them online as well. Because like I said, I have a lot of people come from out of town to visit my shop. And I always have people asking for some kind of, I guess, touristy travel type item. So I'm super excited to get those in the shop. And I am hoping, well, I'll go ahead and put the magnets on these, and since that glaze did do good, I'm gonna go ahead and glaze the other ones that I made this week. I didn't want to do all of them and they not turn out right. So yeah, so I'm hoping to get those out in the shop in the next couple weeks is the goal. But yeah, so that was everything in this firing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I apologize that this isn't the best angle to set my camera up, but I'm really hoping to figure out a better spot. I'm gonna have to mess around with that before I film my next video. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a while since I've done a kiln opening video, but I hope to start doing these regularly on here. and start posting more regularly in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know if you have any kind of video ideas, anything like that, and I would be happy to film it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.